Jim Marjorie can support your channel in even more ways. What is you trying to teach me? Hold on my live, you gonna do? Wait a minute now. You gonna give me a tutorial on my live? Hi, how y'all doing today? Happy 4th of July. I am in here because I have a debate and I need some answers. Question is, food good or bad? Do you take the food back? Okay, so I just got into a big argument. It's the 4th of July. I just need to know, food good or bad? Do you submit your review? So, story time. Okay, y'all. I'm not coming in here today with no mess, with no BS, with nothing, okay? Just facts. So, me and a guy just went to go get something to eat. So, he said that he wasn't hungry. I said, well, it's 4th of July, and you know, a lot of things are not going to open or they're going to be closed early. So, he takes me to a restaurant because several restaurants was closed that I had chose. So Jerk Island was closed, American Deli was closed, pretty much everything. But it was still early. It was like 10 o'clock. Which down here in Huntsville, Alabama, at 10 o'clock, they still serve breakfast. We really don't serve breakfast until 10:30, 11. Everything was closed. So I don't know. Anywho, so today is 4th of July. And so I told him, I said, I want some barbecue. We go head over here to Floyd's Barbecue, okay? Floyd's Barbecue and Grill. They are pretty decent. They've been around for years. You know, they're not bad or whatever. While we get to Floyd Barbecue, okay, I already knew it was gonna be a line. We had to wait. Some told me not to go and buy nothing from them because two cars. Tell me if this is something or not. If two cars in front of you get out of line, they'll let you know right there. There's something that the company don't have or don't serve that you want it. We get to the window. Floyd Barbecue gonna tell us they're not selling anything that's fried. So they don't have no fried okra, no fries, and there's something else. My phone is charging. My phone keep going dead, y'all. Okay. I just got some new Wi-Fi. I'm waiting on my phone. So I'm waiting for my phone to be delivered. My phone keep going dead. But anyway, we get to the window. Two cars in front of us. So we're waiting in line before the place even opened. 3 minutes after the place opened, is four cars in a drive-thru. We waited in line, and two of the four cars pulled out of line. I tell him off the top, if you don't be quiet, what are you talking about? We don't got time for that. I'm talking. First thing I tell him, I said, hey, I said, when in Huntsville, Alabama, when somebody pull out in front of you, that means they're out of stock. We get to the window. She said, off the jump, we don't have no okra, no fries, and something else that's fried. I said, oh, that's why all the other cars pull out. I said, don't worry, girl, I'm eating healthy. It's 2026. It's summer. I'm eating healthy. So I tell her, I said, I don't want no fried food anyway. Boom. I order me what I always order from Floyd. I got me a chicken pulled plate large. Okay. They basically give you pulled chicken. You have macaroni and cheese, and then you get um toasted bread, and then you have the option for two sides. One of my sides was macaroni and cheese, then my other side was mixed greens. While we get the Floyd's Barbecue this morning, now we get there at 12 o'clock. They open at 12. While we get Floyd's Barbecue chicken, and chicken smell like it's sour. From where in the old days, from where I'm from, if anything been in the freezer too long, it will hold while it's froze, but once you throw it out, it starts smelling. So a lot of meat people can put in the freezer. You can hold it, but when you pull it out that freezer, a lot of that meat is no good. Okay. It smelled like they had the meat in the freezer and they pulled it out and it wasn't no good and they still cooked it. I don't like that. I don't like when a company is going to go out here and you're going to purposely, intentionally serve food that you know that can possibly get people sick. Why would you do that? Anyway, so I ordered the chicken chopped plate large with two sides. And you get two pieces of toast. And I asked for extra barbecue sauce, not the white sauce. Not over here, honey. In Florida, you want to get the barbecue sauce. You don't need the white sauce, especially if you're only getting the pulled chicken. Okay, you're getting pulled pork. Yeah, white sauce might be good. Anywho, I get the food. So after the rib, I said, something's not right. Off the rib, something is not right. I eat some of the chicken and I said, this tastes and smell phony. So I spit the chicken back out. The person who bought and paid for the plate, I let this smell. I said, what this smell like? Why I tell, okay, y'all, I'm coming over here because I'm ranting. Listen to me though. I tell the man, I said, can you please take me back to the store? This food don't smell right. He tell me, you can't take food back. We in America, aren't we? This is United States of America. I said, sweetheart, if I don't eat this food, that lets them know that I wasn't pleased. As long as the food not ate, they're gonna take it back. So the debate is, do companies take food back? Do companies that serve food, do they return the food? This man gonna tell me that in the United States of America, you cannot return any food. I said, okay. This is what I tell. I know I'm slow, y'all. I'm weird. I tell him, I said, okay. I said, so if you don't mind, can you take me to a store? I said, well, take me to a corner store. And he tried to take me to like 2 or 3 corner stores. I said, not this one, not this one. I said, take me to the one where there's a Little Caesars hooked onto it. This man said, you want to go to this corner store with the Little Caesar pizza? I said, yes. As a matter of fact, you can pull up to the drive-through. I didn't pull up to the drive-through. We go to the drive-through. I tell this man, I said, yeah, you can order me a pizza. Because I'm not gonna eat this chicken that we just paid for because it don't smell right. I said, I don't care. I'm not gonna be in the hospital for 4th of July because you didn't want to listen to me. Mwah. Plus, if you're not gonna be eating the food, mind y'all, he said he wasn't hungry. So this is just my rule. If you're not gonna be eating the food, and the person that eating the food asks you to turn around and go back to the store, I said just do it. Cause it could have been that I was missing something out of my plate. And you're not gonna go back to the store. We go to Little Caesar, y'all. I am not lying. Here go the Little Caesar pizza right here. Pizza. Listen to me. I am not nothing to play with. I tell the man, I said, pull up to the Little Caesars. I'm on a diet. Y'all, I haven't eaten any bread. I haven't been eating no sugar. I haven't been eating no candy, no nothing, okay? I told that man, I said, we getting a pizza. Who do you think I am? He said, I'm not paying for it. I said, oh, and you think I'm broke? Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I might live in poverty, but one thing I do is I hold a couple coins in these pockets at all times for emergencies. And my life seems to always have emergencies. So I said, you're not going to pay for my meal? I said, it's fine. I said, I'm going to pay for it. I said, because you paid for the last one and look where it got us. I paid for the sticks and stuff, jalapeno. So basically, it's cheese and jalapeno on some cheese bread. So delicious with marinara sauce. That's what I got. So I get the food, and he says, "I'm not taking you back to return the other food, mind you." Okay, so he paid for the first meal. I paid for the second meal. Okay, let me let y'all see my eyes, cause when I look down, I look like sleep high or something. Okay. Anyway, so I tell him, I said, you paid for the first meal. I paid for the second meal. I said, so we should be, we're good. We're balanced out. We meet in the middle. So I tell him, I said, you fine. So I asked him, I said, you want something to eat? See, he said no. So I gave him a bite of the cheese bread. I said, baby, it ain't number cheese toast. It ain't number cheese toast for $11. I give him some. Apparently he like it because he eat it or whatever. We get into it. So he come bring me back home. So I asked him, I said, do you want the Floyd chicken plate? I said, I'm not hungry. Mind you, he ate a piece of the cheesy bread. So I said, that's fine. I'm going to give the Floyd chicken barbecue plate to my family. So I go in and I tell them, I said, y'all smell this. They said they don't smell nothing. I must be something in the water. Baby, I gave that plate to my mama and my grandma. I don't care. It's paid for. I gave them the food and told them that I did not want it. And then they're tearing them up. Baby, I'm eating my pizza. One thing about me, men. I guess it's for the men. Men! All now you have to do to please me is make sure I get what I asked for. I wouldn't ask for it if I didn't want it, okay? And if I ask for it and it's not given to me the way that I expected or critiqued it and customized it, just be on my side. That's it. That's all you have to do. Just be like, I agree with her. Whatever she said, whatever she do, I agree with her. Just agree with me. I'm never gonna steer you wrong, especially when it comes to food, baby. I like all type of food. Chinese, Jamaican, soul food, Italian. Baby, I'ma eat it up as long as it smell good, look good, taste delicious. I'm going to ride with my soldiers. Okay. So it's so funny that so now, he gone, y'all. He mad at me. I don't give a care. I'm coming over here and I'm confessing. Okay. This is my confession of the food pro that I am. I don't care. I'm a food connoisseur. Do not play with me when it comes to my food. So he's mad at me. He done dropped me. It's funny, y'all. He dropped me out because he's mad at me because I said, like, I'm not gonna eat that. Well, I don't care how much it was. I don't care who paid for it. I'm not gonna eat that. I said because it smells like it's molded, mildewed, rotten. Why would I eat that? Why would I be stupid enough to eat it? So I guess he called himself being mad, but I don't care. So basically, my question to y'all for me to be live is, how y'all been doing today? How you doing, girlies? Because ain't nobody gonna make a fool out of me, baby. Now day of the week. How you gonna take me somewhere? Now he took me where I wanted to go. I'm not mad about that. I asked to go to this restaurant. But how you gonna take me somewhere and I tell you I've never heard of it? I tell you, hey, can you take me back to this store? This store sold me something that's no good. It's expired. It's rotten. It's bad. And you gonna tell me, oh, you can't take food back? Happy 4th of July! That scared me that time. But I've never heard of that. Please comment down below. I will come back and I'll check on this video. But comment down below if you ever heard in the United States of America that you are not allowed or you cannot take any food back, whether it is frozen or cooked goods. I don't care if I go to, listen, if I buy some food from the grocery store, come home and cook it, and it smells like it's something rotten, old, and something that's not right, I'm taking it back to the store and I'm getting my money back. I've never heard of that. I've always heard that if you're not happy with your food, don't eat it and take it back. Now, for the fast food restaurants, I always heard that if you don't eat the food, you get a faster process. Meaning, whether you dropped your food, whether your food was not made correctly, if you go back to a food restaurant, fast food restaurant, and tell them to remake your order, and you have not eaten off of any food, you're allowed to get that entire order replaced. Now, that's what I've heard my entire life in Huntsville, Alabama. I've never in my life heard that you cannot have any food returned. This man told me, said, you can't return no food. This man got mad at me because y'all don't take me serious. I can't never be serious. But I'm serious about the situation, but don't take me serious. But hear me out. This man said, you can't take that food. I mean, he was dead serious. He said, you can't take that food back, comment down below. Tell me, please. Have you ever heard that you cannot take, whether it is fresh or frozen, food back to the freaking provider? Because I need to know this. Please let me know this. Please let me know this. Somebody tell me this. Can you or can you not take your food back if you're not satisfied with the services? I've been taking everything back. I done never. So the man. So listen, my friend wouldn't take me back. He did not. He did not. This man did not take me back to the restaurant to go back and fix my food order. So my biggest problem was, okay, so I love mac and cheese, okay? I didn't like how the mac and cheese tastes or look. Floor's mac and cheese, which I might as well go ahead. I hate to do this because I love Floor. I've been eating with Floor for years. He only opens 2 days a week. Wednesday, I want to say Wednesday and Saturday, or Thursday and Saturday. He only open 2 days of the week. He is a local business owner, okay? He's trying to keep it together, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm never gonna eat there again. I'm picky about my food. Don't play with me, baby. I can't afford to get sick. But the fact that we all just been raised different. I just never had a man to tell me, no, I can't go take my food back. I came and jumped on this internet so fast. Cause I had to get somebody's perspective. I'm like, I even asked my grandma, I'm like, you ever had some food you ain't never take back? And she was like, yeah, a lot of because I just don't want to go back to the store. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been like that to a point where, let's say I leave from the grocery store and I get home and I realize I wanted whole milk and I got 2% milk. I might not go back to the store because I'm like, dang, I only got one item that I need to take back and I don't want to stand in line or go and walk through that big store for that one item to be returned back or, whatever, it's changed out. But just for me personally, just for me to say, oh, I can't take this back to the store because it's not allowed. Never in my life never have I ever in my life been in a situation where somebody said, oh, you can't get your money back for that food. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've never heard in my life, like, somebody just like, oh, no, you can't get your money back for no food. Once you buy it, it's yours. Can I get that in writing? Mind you, I'm not saying that the food was not prepared correctly. Mind you, I received everything that I ordered. What I'm saying is the food smelled like not good. Like, it literally smelled like it was sitting out all night and then they still served it. I want my money back. I feel like I definitely should get my money back in that case scenario because, first of all, this is a mistake that's happened on your end. This is something that, like, I couldn't prevent. Like, I couldn't just walk up and know that you was going to be serving some stale old food, stale old bread, yesterday's meal. Like, I wouldn't have known that. So I feel like, first of all, I should get my refund because that's something that falls on your policies, your company. I wish somebody would tell me. That if I buy some food and I don't like the taste of the food, I don't like the look of the food, I don't like the smell of the food, that I can't have my money back. Because at this point, I don't even want you to remake it. We talking about odors and looks that ain't gonna change. Okay? So yeah, I don't know. I've never been in this situation. Have I? I don't think I had. I've never been in a situation where I like no, because I don't care where we at. We can be at the Cheesecake Factory. We can be at $1 million mansion. I don't care. We can have a personal chef, baby. This don't taste like I supposed to. I I need a refund or I need my order to be adjusted for another day. Matter of fact, I'll come back and pick this up tomorrow. But we're not finna eat today, and we're damn sure ain't finna give me none of my money back. I've never heard of that. This man just made me mad. This man just made me mad because he said, because I'm being so cool about it. I'm like, hey, this food don't taste good or smell good. I'm like, you take me back to the store. Now, mind you, while I'm telling him this, okay, let me rewind a little bit. Mind y'all, okay, another thing that I feel like should be a kind of like a requirement, a mandatory. So, how many people, when you receive food, whether you're in drive-thru or at the restaurant, you want time to examine your food? So, okay, so now let's go and rewind back because he violated number one because he didn't give me time to examine my food when I first received it. So we had Floyd. Okay, so we in a drive-thru. We had Floyd's barbecue grill. We in a drive-thru, and you're telling me that you're going to let me get my food and you're gonna pull off. You're not gonna let me examine my food. Is this why I'm single? Just decent courtesy. Like nobody don't have no courtesy no more. Like chivalry dead. Because okay, so when I first got the food, this is why I really hate going places when nobody else is gonna eat. Like if me and my homegirls go somewhere and they like, I'm not hungry, I swear to God, I would not eat because I'm like, nah, I need some more people to examine this food with me. Like I can't be the only one to die. I can't be the only one that they take out. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times, no lie, if I go with a group of people and we go out somewhere to eat and nobody don't want to order the food, why am I ordering nothing? I'm not ordering nothing either. I'm just gonna give me a mixed drink. I am like that. So it makes me mad that when I go to somebody that goes to order. Okay, so when I go somewhere with somebody that don't order no food, it makes me mad when they don't have the elegance to just respect the food. He didn't. Okay, so the dude didn't let me examine my food. So basically, when we came through drive-through, they gave me the food. I tell him, I said, "Let me check my food." He pulled off. He kind of goes slow, but you know, he still got the wheels rolling. Even when we get to the end of the road for the emergent to traffic, he's still like not really trying to stop or whatever. We leave. We get down the road. I'm basically still opening the packages, like making sure that I have everything. Cause I asked for extra barbecue sauce, so I'm just trying to make sure I have what I ordered. All right. So by the time we get halfway down the road, I'm like, let me taste my food because it looks kind of wonky and it smells kind of wonky. So I just taste a little bit. I spit it out. I'm like, As I tell myself, I don't like this. I'm like, we need to go back to the store. Now we still probably about 4, 3, maybe 2 minutes away from the place. Like we still just pulling out the parking lot. I'm telling him, I'm like, I don't like the way this smells. Look, I don't want this. I taste it. I'm like, let's go back. This is not what I want. This man looked me dead in the eye, and said, "Oh, if you buy food, you can't take it back." Who? Where? I said, "Baby, where? United States of America, where? Please direct me to where not to go." Where do they say you cannot take no food back to the restaurant? And I don't care if it is no local place. Like what? So I'm looking at him, I'm like, even if I don't receive everything I want, like this is what he tell me. So me just being quick on my feet, I'm like, even if I don't get everything I ordered, he was like, did you get everything you ordered? I'm just saying, you said we can't go back to the store, even if I'm gonna. This man is still driving. I said, maybe you're not understanding me. You could turn around right here. You could turn around right there. It's a car coming out. You could turn around where this car coming out. You can go in there and you can do a U-turn. I said, somewhere we need to make a U-turn. And I'm talking just like I'm talking now, y'all. I said, somewhere we need to make a U-turn. This man keep driving. He keep going. He's driving. He's steady going. I said, oh, so you don't understand English? I'm talking just like this. I said, oh, no, you ain't understanding English. I said, okay. I put the food. I had the food in my lap because like I said, I was examining it. Now, at one time, did I ever get to indulge it? Because I'm just examining. I just received it, and it was not what I wanted. I politely, I closed up the styrofoam plate. I tied the bag back up because everything came in the bag. It was all nice and neat. I put it all back in nice and neat. I put it in the back seat. I said, since we're not going back to the store, I said, 2 stores down on your left. Can we stop there? So as we drive down the road, he like, what store? Because we passing stores. He said, what store? I said, not that store. Not that store. I said, that store. I said, the one with the Little Caesars on it. Mine, y'all, it's 4th of July. Everything closed. We done already been to 5 stores. He tired of me. The man tired of me. We went to Cookout. It's closed. We went to Jerk Island. It's closed because I wanted oxtail. From Cookout, I already knew what I was going to get. Cookout, I wanted me a walking taco, and I was going to get me a chicken sandwich. That's what I wanted. A chicken sandwich with a walking taco and a drink. Boom. Or probably would have got a shake. But I know I wanted something cold. Boom. I knew I wanted from there. Jerk Island, I wanted oxtail with plantains, cabbage, and some dirty rice. And I wanted extra plantains because I eat them with my oxtails. So good. That little bit of henna sweet. Perfect. Then we went to American Deli. I already know what I wanted from there. From American Deli, I wanted me a salad with extra banana peppers and pickles. We already went to all them stores. All them places was closed, y'all. So then we ended up going to a barbecue venue, like a little food truck. All right. So we went to a barbecue food truck. So he gonna say, I don't eat everybody barbecue. Mind you ain't freaking hungry anyway. Shut up. So I telling him, I'm like, oh, maybe. I love barbecue. And I said, and then it's the beginning of summer. I haven't had any barbecue yet because it's just the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, I really don't want to start too early with barbecue because I don't want to burn myself out. Too much barbecue, I'm tired of it real quick. So I'm like, I haven't had any barbecue. I was like, I just go to the barbecue venue, which I should have. He was like, oh, nah, I don't eat everybody barbecue. So I said, you right. I said, everybody finna be barbecuing. It's 4th of July. I was like, you finna barbecue for me? He was like, nah, I like, somebody gonna barbecue for me. I was like, so it is stupid for to go spend my money on some barbecue. But then I was like, bump it because nobody invited me nowhere for the 4th of July. I said, bump it. I'm going to a barbecue place. And I went down to Floyd's. So when I get to Floyd's, mind you, the dude's still saying, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat. So I'm like, well, it's early. I want to go and get my food because I knew I was going to be drinking. So I'm like, no. Black folks like to do stuff too late. I'm not finna sit around, get drunk, get hot, get sick, wait on somebody for to fix something. I swear, in my family, baby, you'll be all day. They don't start barbecuing until probably 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon. You ain't finna eat until 10 at night, okay? Listen, they feeding plates and putting you to bed. It's nighttime. I ain't got time for that. So me, I'm like, okay, let me go ahead and get my food. If anything, I put it in the refrigerator and I put it in the microwave and warm it up when I get hungry. Like, I don't want to wait for somebody cooking. It's too hot for that. So when we get to Florida and I see the line, I told him, I said, man, I knew it was gonna be a line, man. It's gonna be a little wait. I was like, but it's still early. Don't worry about it, cause Florida open at 12. We leave about 1. We sat in line for a little minute. Cause we left there about 1. We made it to my house by 1:30. By then, I'm already pissed off. Baby. I told him, he left. I said, if I ever tell you and you're not eating, and I ever tell you to go back to any type of restaurant, any type of food establishment, You take your ass back. You don't know if they forgot. Don't play with my food. You don't know if they left any food off. You don't know if they forgot something. You don't know if they put too much or gave me the wrong plate. Don't you ever do that. I said, please. Please take me back to where I got my food from. Don't you ever do that. So I didn't get pissed off at the man, but I did get pissed off at the man because even though I was talking sweet to him, I still gave him like a stank a dank eye because I kept looking at him sideways, like you ain't gonna tell me to look at my food. Anyway, long story short, the plate went number like $15 because I didn't get no drink or nothing like that. It was just food. Because let me drink my cut water. If anybody feel like my vlogs, my life, it seems so pathetic. It is. Because let me tell you, we just got cut water. Cut water been out probably about 2 years. I swear to God, we just now getting cut water for 4th of July. And let me tell you, I've been calling this company. This is Spirit Wheels. This is a company that I have on speed dial. I call them all the time. What new drinks y'all have? What new stuff y'all got? I've been asking them for months. Y'all ain't got cut water. I said, man, they been killing cut water on the TikTok. We just not getting cut water for the 4th of July. I swear to God, they just got it in today. I'm not lying. She said she got it in Wednesday, but they couldn't put it on the floor until today. She just put it on the floor, and then guess what she's gonna tell me? And I'm still a little iffy about it. We can't sell it individual. We can only sell it in the pack. And it was a 4-pack for $20. And what size are these cans? I don't even want to say, let me see. And they're not even full size. These cut waters are volume by size. 4 cans of 12 full ounces. Oh, that is regular size. But a 4 count of 4 count of a 12 ounce is $20. This is my first can. I'm savoring the flavor. I'm enjoying this $20. What? And then the dude, I guess he thought he was gonna get me drunk and take advantage of me because the dude, the one who was like, because mind you, I had already bought me a margarita. I've been going to it's a gas station right around the corner. I'm gonna be an alcoholic. I promise you by the end of the year if I don't stop. But I just started drinking, but that don't mean I'm gonna stop anytime soon. But it's a gas station right around the corner that serve these margaritas. Okay, I didn't even know they were serving that. This is my first time getting it. But when I saw the cut water, I said, "Oh, now you want to come with the cut water? Cut water ain't even popular no more. You can't do nothing down here in Huntsville, Alabama. They so strict. It's just like I know countries that you can get away with a lot more than down here. Like you can't do nothing down here, girl. Ugh, like it's really hard to have fun in a very strict environment. Cause anything you do pretty much just stands out. You know what I'm saying? Like you sneeze and you like a bad person because it's just like that noise or that ideal of everybody eyes piercing you is pretty much putting you in a bad predicament anyway. But anyways, we just not getting cut water for 4th of July. And the cut water been out about 2 or 3 years. So that lets you know that where I live at is pretty lame. Yeah. Yeah. You can come down here and probably get in trouble for sneezing. The saying is you come to Alabama on vacation and leave on probation. Yeah, that's how strict it is down here. So, with all that being said, for some guy to tell me that I can't get my food and then I can't get a refund if I don't like the food is just too much for me. We already can't do nothing down here. At least you gonna let me eat good. If I can't have no fun in this state, can I at least eat? I don't know. One thing they definitely let me do is just sleep. You can get some rest down here. Alabama, particularly in this area of They like to call Tennessee Valley, is retirement state. Okay, everything is ran by the military. That's why I have a ghost follow me around, because there's this state is just on a tight shift. They're putting fools in ghost costumes to follow us around and tell us what to do to keep this state under control. And what do that do? Girl, please. In that case, then everybody need a visible costume person, because why do I have a ghost and I'm black? Y'all didn't have a ghost over out here with these racist people. Y'all didn't keep them under control instead of trying to keep me under control. Because the most I do is pass gas and don't say excuse me. Like, leave me alone. Like, my criminal life is very minute. Like, I'm not I'm not putting nobody in danger. Like, seriously. But anyway, I just couldn't believe that somebody told me that you cannot return food in the United States. I can't believe that. But in Huntsville, Alabama, we are, I guess, strict, because it's to the point where people think that everything is a law. Everything is a law. Like, what? That pissed me off so bad. Though. I'm just like, and I started telling the dude, I'm like, is you not gonna turn around? Can you please turn around? I was like, we can just pretty much take me back to the store, baby. At this point, I'll catch a ride from the store. I'll pay an Uber for to take me from the store. Just please turn around. And that man would not take me back to that store. He said, oh no, you can't take your, like, he was so serious. He said, you can't take your food back to the store. Yeah, I'm gonna go in here and see, did my grandma and them like that food? It's my, and don't think that I'm trying to put my grandma and my mama life in danger. Like, they get on my nerves, but I wouldn't dare want nothing bad to happen to them. But it's just the fact that I'm different. I'm weird. I knew I wasn't finna eat it. They eat chitlins. Like, I don't eat chitlins. So I knew I wasn't finna eat no food that had no odor to it. My grandma and mama, I knew they wouldn't care. That's why I gave it to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know them so well that that's why I gave them the food. It's not because I was trying to be low down, like, oh, I ain't gonna eat that, but they will. Like, no, I didn't do it like that. Like, I'm just saying, for my preference, if I'm spending my money, I would like how my food how I want it. And I've been to Floyd's so many times because, like I said, they used to be my favorite restaurant. That I know how they food come. That's not it. That's not it. And then to be honest, I saw Floyd in there though, but with his son. But to be honest though, like, I feel like some of the people who work there, they really just like slacking. Cause what? Like, mm-mm. But anyway, let me go out here and get some content, because I'm trying to put a video, a vlog out every day so that y'all can see that my life is busy. Golly, like, I'm busy. I done lived 40,000 different lives. One thing I tell you, as you get older, you realize your life can dramatically change from night and day, and it's still going to be all right. Like, you're still going to have plenty to do. Like, what? Happy 4th of July. Y'all having a good 4th of July. They've been shooting firecrackers over here since last night. I haven't been able to vlog or do anything because my phone gets raggedy. Yeah, I'm waiting for my phone to come in the mail. I have to get a new iPhone 17. I want the 17. They want to give me the Galaxy, but I'm just like, the Samsung Galaxy to me is very basic. It's basic. They're not cute either. I mean, they are, you know what I'm saying? But whatever. I get it to my mama. I wouldn't wear it. So I have a phone. Hopefully, it should be coming next 2 weeks. And I just got the Wi-Fi, so now I can do live videos. How are you doing? Hi. And then I'm gonna have my phone, so I'll be able to do vlogs. So the only thing I have to do now is buy a camera, because my camera is literally acting stupid. I don't know. Is the heat messing it up? I don't know if the SD card is messing it up. I don't know. Hooking it up to technology. I don't know. It's just giving me a whole bunch of weird messages that it wasn't given to me when I bought it. Like, quit playing with me. Anywho, it's summertime. Yeah. Boy, look it back. You should know. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm about to play with some music. I'm about to get crunk. I'm about to get crunk and drunk out all at one time. Because this man have made me mad. He said, you can't take your food back. I have never heard that. That made me so mad. It really made me mad for real. Because I really had a taste for a barbecue. Because today is for July. But it still worked out good. Because my mama, it's too hot outside. I'm not going to walk up there. My mama, she up there barbecuing right now. Thank God for civilization. Yeah, my mama, she's up there acting civilized. Amen. Gotta be blessed. Hey, it always could be worse. Y'all notice I'm always smiling and happy because even though my life stinks, it could have been worse. Could you imagine? Yeah. I could have had a brother named Michael Myers. Yeah. Yeah. I could have had a daddy that was yeah. We ain't gonna get in there. That's a dark place to go. But it always could have been worse. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Well, mama, she's not the best, but she do try. So I give her props where she's deserving. She get props today for cooking barbecue for our family. Because everybody over here is going to get to eat. Yep. And she paid for everything. You have to love that. Yep, 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 yep. My family getting on my nerves. But I love them. All I want to do is just get away from here. Cause okay, so here's the problem. Here's my issue. Okay, I have a problem with my family because they smothering me, and they pretty much smothering me because I don't have a significant other. So something about this ancient, traditional, old time life. If you don't get married, you're just not going nowhere. You're sitting still. So it's kind of like they keep finding me things to do to make sure I'm not retarded. I mean, can't say that word. That I'm just not slacking in any of my areas of expertise. And they're getting on my nerves. So every year they want to know when I'm going to get married, when I'm going to settle down, when I'm going to buy a house. How about y'all start me up a GoMe funds and y'all contribute to all of these things y'all want me to have? I appreciate it. You know, that's why I love my family because they have such high hopes for me. I appreciate y'all thinking of the best for me, but it ain't that easy when you go out here every day. Easy. Why y'all ain't go out here and do it? You're happy go lucky at. Oh, they get on my nerves. But I love them. But I want to get away from them. So my problem is I'm trying to get away from my family, but be polite while I do it. As I get to go out here and enjoy my life without having to report to my family like I'm on probation. Easier said than done. So what seems to be the problem that every time I leave, regardless of where I go, city, state, jail, hide out, run away, wherever I go, it seems as my family keep finding me and bringing me back here. Literally, they keep calling me. Yeah, they call me and complain until I come back to this city and state. Then when I get here, you're still complaining. So yeah, so I just want to leave and I just want to go have fun. But every time I leave, there's a ghost following me. hmm And they still in my personal paperwork. So it ends up where I have to go back to my hometown so that I can replace my paperwork. So one time I went to Tennessee, went and applied for my passport, and all of my documents came up missing. So I called back home, tell my mama, I said, hey, can you send me a social security card and a birth certificate because they're missing, and the only copies that I had, I will melt them in for to put in for a passport. So I need you to, and I gave her the money, and I told her, I said, I need you to go and get a copy for me and send it to me because in my state that I was in, you couldn't go through that state to get paperwork from and documents from another state unless you mailed and you had to pay. Nobody sent me the documents. So I just want to be independent. Mhm. I decided not to get married, and so now my mom and my grandma seems like they're filling that empty space. Yeah. So they feel if I don't never get married, that they're just gonna be my babysitters. Yeah. Yeah. We don't need that. We don't need that. We don't need that. No, thank you. My grandma been married. She was married for 27 years to the same man. She got 10 kids by the same man. Okay, my mama been married twice. My grandma been married once. She a widow. And I think they was brainwashed to believe that if you don't get married, you're not gonna. And I'm just like, do you understand? If I'm not married, I have my own money and I have it to spend however I want to, and I can pretty much buy whatever I want to. They don't understand that. They don't understand that. Yeah, I don't think they get it. Like, mind y'all, I have like three different careers. Okay, so in all my careers, I technically make pretty much 300,000 a year or more. And I'm telling my mom and my grandma, I'm like, do y'all understand that with this amount of money and no husband and only one kid, like I can pretty much do whatever I want to. Yeah, that's weird. But a lot of women, and nothing wrong with it, but a lot of women chose to have the family life. And so having that freedom and believing to have that type of money, it's unheard of. Like my grandma looking like, yeah, right. Girl, please, you're not gonna have over $10,000 at the end of the year. Like she don't believe that. Like even with somebody with her magnitude, she's thinking like $400,000 to my grandma and 10 kids is like, oh yeah, all her kids get a brand new pair of shoes in 1 year. Like she don't factor that into her everyday. It just don't make sense because in her life she's only been a mother. She's never really been out on her own to dwell or to experiment or like, yeah. So I'm ready to travel. I want to travel. I have traveled in the past by myself and I tend to enjoy it because everybody I meet, I kind of can just hang out with because it's not no restrictions or expectations. You know what I'm saying? And I'm experimenting, so it's kind of like I allow people to pretty much give me boundaries to set. So yeah, I want to get out of Huntsville, Alabama. I've been in Huntsville, Alabama for way too long. Pretty much, I've been in Huntsville, Alabama, pretty much 38 years out of my 40 years. So I've been out of Huntsville, Alabama for only 2 years, traveling or living in somewhere else. And the rest of the time, I've been pretty much stationed in the same area. And I have a ghost. And so I just feel like if I leave Huntsville, Alabama, I won't have a ghost and I don't have to worry about a lot of the pressure that's being put on me that's really silly. Why pressure should be put on me about taking care of my household? I don't get it. Like, I tell my mom all the time, baby, I can be homeless. Like, there's nobody I have to take care of. And I know a lot of people don't get that. But if you have a child to take care of, you have a pet to take care of, you have to always consider that whenever you're moving, whenever you're making decisions, whenever you get a job, wherever you date. Good God gracious. I don't have that stress. Maybe that's probably why I don't have no grades because I'm old as okay. But I don't have to really consider nobody else's feelings. Like if I want to do anything right now, I don't have to consider nobody's feelings. And I only have one child who's a daughter, but it's so funny that with technology, her only ideal is like her ideal of me leaving her is, Mom, you better call me on FaceTime. Like she's not like needy. She's not looking like, oh mom, who's gonna be here to make sure that I do this or do that or spend time with the baby. My daughter like, long as you have cell phone coverage, you got roaming, you better FaceTime me and make sure you let me know you're doing okay. So it's so funny that a lot of people in my family are looking like they don't really want me to go nowhere. It feels good to be loved. It's great to have a big family, but it kind of sucks when your family don't really have traditional positive ties, meaning, when your family don't have nobody in their line of growth to be a role model or success story or nothing like that, it kind of don't leave you with much. So when you look at my family line, ain't no success story. Ain't no success story. So they don't really have big hopes for me. But it's good because they'll be happy if if I'm out here slinging goddamn cowboy maneuver, my family be proud of me. They're like, you go, girl, you were slinging that maneuver like it wasn't nothing. And I'll be like, thanks, guys. Y'all so cool. I feel a little love. But in reality, they're holding me back. Like, my family is really holding me back because that's the only thing. Like, they're not really making me, I guess they're not making me grow up. They're not really making me stand up and be like independent, like go out here and do your stuff. Like, I'm out here on my own, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm paying all my bills and I'm doing them on, but they're overseeing everything instead of just kind of like let me go out here and be on a cliffhanger and let me depend on myself. No, my whole entire family on my mother's side all live in the same state. How is that possible? That gotta be voodoo. They gotta be a conspiracy. My mom, like, I can go in there right now, and my grandma can call all of her kids except for one. And that one, it has passed on to the other side. She has 10 kids, and she can call all of them except for one, and they can pull up right now. She can call any of her siblings that are still with us, and any of them can pull up in any. Like, my grandma on my mother's side, all of her family is in this one area, and they have never lived outside this area. Like, they are only knowledgeable, intelligent to Huntsville, Alabama. They don't know nothing else outside of it. And good God, you can't tell them nothing about this because they swear up and down they know everything. Now, my daddy's side of the family is different. My daddy's side of the family, he is from Detroit, Michigan. He migrated down here. But within his family, he has family members that has been doctors, lawyers, different type of achievements under their belt. They know a little bit more. They've seen a little bit more, so they're they're a little more understanding, a little more humble. My mama side of the family are strict because this is what they live by. So you can't tell them nothing about Huntsville, Alabama. They live by this, child. So yeah. So my problem is, I guess I'm kind of set in my ways because I'm being raised by these type of people. Well, I ain't gonna say I've been raised by them, but being around them long enough, it has kind of rubbed off on me. Because I actually wasn't raised by my mom and her family, nor my daddy and his side of the family. Yeah, so both of them are kind of like poverty, low class. Yeah, they basically both of them never really achieved any type of accomplishments, success, goals, and nothing like that, which kind of lets me be a slacker because they don't look for me to see and they don't expect much of me. But thank God I did make it a little far in life. Not far, but at least I did get an education and I'm still working towards my education. So that gives me at least a little better foundation and a grounding and an understanding. Like, I damn sure understand that in Huntsville, Alabama, United States of America, baby, you can get your money back or you can get you a new meal if your food is not right. I'm not letting that go. That man, he mad at me, y'all. I called him, he ain't answer the phone either. I said, oh, he mad. Ooh, turns me on. I ain't had one that mad in a minute. Ugh, you mad at me for what? I know you ain't mad at me about my food that I was going to eat and I didn't get to eat. I know you ain't mad about my taste buds. Good Good Lord. Dating has gotten so serious. This is, oh, what a whimsical down here in Huntsville, Alabama. They too serious down here. Lord Jesus. They take everything too personal down here in Huntsville, Alabama. Like, golly. Goodness, what a Southern hospitality at now. Goodness. I can't take nothing serious. I'm from Huntsville, Alabama. We don't even have nothing down here. We only have hay balls and we ain't got no red clay dirt. That's in Michigan. Dang, what we got in Huntsville, Alabama? We ain't got nothing down here. What's known for being in Huntsville, Alabama? Y'all comment down below. Let me know what's known for being in the Alabama. We ain't got nothing down here. Crimson Tide. And from what I define, Crimson Tide is the color of blood red. That's all the thing we got. Crimson Tide. So y'all got waves and seas of blood. For what? And we're from. And a whole bunch of ugly, nasty ghosts that don't do nothing but be some perverts watching us. Well, what's known in Alabama? Like we're not known for much. What are Alabama known for? We're known for Crimson Tide, Roll Tide, but it still runs behind Bloodline because Roll Tide is the definition of Crimson Tide, which is the Red Sea. So who blood are we shedding down here in Huntsville, Alabama? First of all, for us to have a sea of blood. What else we known for? The big elephant. My mom, she got so many elephants in her house. With the trunk has to be up. Oh, if the nose trunk is not up, it's not good luck. Who made that up? Only somebody. Only an Alabamian made that up. That you had to have an elephant statue with the nose. It has to be sticking up for it to be good luck. So the elephant is known for Alabama. Crimson Tide known for Alabama. What else known for Alabama? Exactly nothing. So if you ain't never been to Alabama, you ain't missing nothing. And then if you haven't been to Alabama, research it before you come down here so you'll know what the heck you getting yourself into. Because these country bumpkins don't know nothing, but they love trying to tell you something. You can't return no food. Never in my life have I ever heard that, but I ain't going by that. In Alabama, you better go out here and you better find out the hard way. And I'm gonna find out the hard way because he's best to be glad he didn't take me back to that store because I was going in there to get my money back. I show give me my money. I need every dime, every cent, every penny. Do not pull love on me. I need my money. I was going in to get my money back because they got me messed up. You think you finna give me some spoiled food? I wasn't gonna put up with it. So they better be glad that he better be glad he didn't turn around. But at least today I act civilized. I was behaving like a citizen. I earned my voters' rights today. Cause Lord knows I was ready to act a fool about my food. I do not play about my food. Play with a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of things you can play me about, okay? But you're not gonna play with me about my food, okay? I can't believe he did me like that. He said, "You can't take your food." I said, "Turn around, though." I said, "Turn around, though." I said, "What if they didn't put everything in all my food in the bag?" I told you to turn around. He made me so mad. He gone now, child. I don't need talking about him. Don't talk him up no more. Let him stay gone. Yeah, it wasn't no food for him anyway. How you gonna tell me what type of food I want or what I'm gonna do with my food? Mm-mm. Don't like it at all. But anyway, yeah, I have to go. I thank y'all so much for not watching my vlog because y'all ain't even in here. But I love y'all anyway. I wasn't ranting about nothing, but I need the answer. In your state, in your country, do or do not, do you take your food back to grocery or fast food restaurant and have them to correct it or refund it if it's not correct? If it's not what you want. I don't know. I didn't know it was a debate, but maybe we can make it a debate because I need to know. Honey, I need to know. But luckily, everything turned out good today. I'm not complaining. Everything turned out good today. And it's only what time is it? And it's only 2:57. It's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and everything is going just fine. So if anything, let me get off of here because I need to go get some ice because I want to make me a icy. So I need God's phone with y'all because it's hot. It's so hot outside of it. Ooh, I'm not going out there. But I do need to go get me some ice so I can make me an ice. And I need to get off of here because I also need to go and edit my vlog because I'm about to put up a new vlog. If YouTube allows it. Uh, I don't understand how an 8-minute vlog or 8-minute little video takes 2 days for you to download. Either you're hating on me or are you trying to post this during hours that people actually watch me? Are you is my For You page and my algorithm, are y'all trying to work for me for free or what? Because I need to know. Because why are you posting my videos at 2 o'clock in the morning? Is that because nobody is really being picky at that hour? They might just so happen to watch my videos? Or is that during the hours that people tend to click on my video? Because why are you taking so long to post my video? I don't know, but it's good practice. Okay, and let me get off here and put my battery going dead. Okay. Love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful holiday. I hope y'all have a blessed day and everything go well for you. But if ever you get food that you don't like, you better take it back to that chef, that cook, that company, and you let them know because I think that's the problem with the United States of today. We're having a problem with communication skills. And even if you're not always happy, maybe if you can communicate why you're upset or mad or not feeling so well, that just might give people the ability to understand what you're going through and make the world a better place. I don't know. That sounds good though. Work on it. Let's communicate, baby. Because whether we're having a good day or a bad time, whatever going on, I am working on my communication skills because if we communicate more efficiently, just by the grace of God, we might just get some of our blessings and be heard so that we can be significantly addressed to appreciate the things that we need in life. Don't fail me now because there's so much stuff that I need in life. And if it was not for God, I would not even have access to choose what I want. That sounds good. Clock it. Y'all have a great day and be blessed. Thank you. And bye.